Hey, this is John O'Brien on Black Effect Network and iHeartRadio. This is a Money and Wealth podcast series, and this is a fan question from CJ, who I know and respect and admire. New father, by the way, but he's a really smart guy, and he asked a really smart question. What Nas and Jay Z are doing? He says that's venture capital. Uh, it's been reported as venture capital. How's that different from? Is that different from private equity? The answer is drum roll, please. Let's see if you get it after you've actually listened and learned from this podcast. Drum roll, please. It is the same as venture capital, but a different version. It is a subset of. Sorry, it is the same as private equity. It is a subset of private equity. Venture capital is so. Venture capital is the short term, early in seeding small ventures or ventures with smaller amounts of money to get them up and into growth and into a larger capital stack so they can ultimately go public or attract traditional private equity. Private equity tends to take a share in the whole business or own the whole business, whereas a venture capitalist is a participant in the business. They're a shareholder in the business. They're not running the business. A venture capitalist is not trying to run the business, even though they have a team helping to nurture that business along, typically. So Jay Z and Nas, as reported, what they're doing venture capital, is private equity. It's private equity. They're private equity, or them and their partners invested in somebody else's venture. Uh, Early on, early stage, they're a participant, a shareholder in that, but they don't control it. Whereas private equity, traditional private equity, is more latter stage and will typically control the venture as they're trying to have to give it legs, so to speak, to reimagine the whole business. So it's more of a mature business, private equity, and venture capital is more of a startup business. Okay, hopefully this was helpful. Good question. CJ, love and light, John Hope Bryant. And get the book, Financial Literacy for All, and tell your friends to follow the podcast.